Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Overflow Life with Dr. Oke, where we talk about topical issues that border on personal development, growth. We just talk about issues that can help us enjoy our life, have a more fulfilling life. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning, and I'm sure you're finding value here. And don't forget to always share to others that you believe can benefit from this also. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm a personal development coach, and so I dwell on things that can improve your life. And so we have a discussion that is ongoing, excuses. We're extreme excuses. As people indulge in giving excuses, they dish out excuses. They dish out excuses as a way to justify their actions, either to defend themselves from not doing something, or avoidance of responsibility, for them not to be held accountable and things, and that rob them of the opportunity for growth and a lot of things. And so today we're going to look at the impact of excuses on our behavior. The effect of excuses, it varies in our lives, and it's excuse is not just a harmless word because it forms behavior. Its impact on the behavior is huge, and because it will shape your thoughts, it will shape your action, things you do, and in a very significant way in it. That as we look at that here, we're going to gain understanding and be able to kind of have insight into gain value and have insight into the patterns that it brings on us for us to be able to break out of those patterns. So let's quickly look at excuses and personal growth. Excuses and personal growth. This you can have people that justify inaction towards personal growth because they just feel I don't have money, I don't have the wherewithal to do it. They just give excuses. And what said that excuses can be psychological, it can be emotional, it can be situational. But I think the most prominent one will be situational, where people just believe that because I'm in this situation, I can't afford to do this, and they sit back. But that is not tenable anymore, because if you talk about personal growth, talk about education now, you have some level of education that is free, that can be easily accessible. So that shouldn't be a reason. You shouldn't have that as the reason why you can't. I think it's a lot easier for you to ask someone that I'm in school, I need help with my fees, than for you to ask someone for money to buy a bag, or ask for someone for money to buy a dress. So if you're doing something that borders on personal development, it will be a lot easier for you to get help than when you're doing something else. And education now is cheap. I say that a lot in some of my videos. You see, I put up links to websites where you can get free education. You can do Coursera. The one that readily comes to mind for me is Coursera, because I've been using Coursera for several years. Yeah, on Coursera you have the option to be certificated. If you don't want the certificate, you don't pay for it. You just get the knowledge in it. But if you want the certificate, you pay for it and you get the certificate in it. Udemy, you pay for Udemy for you to get. So, but it's cheap. It's mean that you have courses as low as 4,000 naira. Yes, as low as 4,000 naira. So you get. So don't dwell on the excuse of not having money to be able to do that. So that is excuse and personal development. So for you to break that pattern, you'll be able to fulfill to your full potential, live your life to your full potential, and realize your dreams. All right, excuse and achievement. Excuse can sabotage our effort to achieve our goals and aspirations if we allow it. We need to put that if we allow it. If we continue to blame external factors, the reason why we can't achieve what we want, then we are allowing excuse to rub off of our achievement. If you have your set goals, what you want to pursue and all, there will always be a reason why you can't. You can't achieve it. What you can, the things that are happening around you, but the responsibility is yours to push those things aside for you to be able to achieve your goal, what you want. So you have to resign to yourself that you're not going to push the path of mediocrity. You're going to push and not undermine, just undermine whatever it is that may be challenges or barriers that are holding you back, and push beyond them to be able to achieve your goal if you want to make progress in life, which is what we are in this family. All right. So excuses and relationship. Excuses can erode relationship fast. When you make excuses for your behavior and you're not meeting up in, it can become a thing of integrity. I have some videos that I've put up on friends. Why it's important for you to have good friends in your life, valuable friends in your life, because they act as support for you. But if you're in a relationship with someone and you're always giving reasons why you can't do what you're supposed to do in it, of course, the relationship will dwindle in it, because you can't have a friend who is always giving excuses for what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to meet me up at this place, and the person is not there. I need you to pick up this thing. The person is not there. You're supposed to, um, maybe the person asked for help and you help, maybe financial help, and it was time to give back the money. And it's very funny that when people are asking for help, it's a lot easier. They just come, oh, I need help, I need your help. By the end of the month, I'm getting it back to you. There's nothing that, oh no, I already have in place. It's just 2 weeks in it, and 2 weeks can become 2 years, can become 3 years in it. It's just excuses and excuses and excuses. So if you have a relationship that has something like that filter into it, it will strain the relationship and create resentment, to bring about frustration, and even friends and family, and that will lead to misunderstanding and conflict, and it wouldn't be where it becomes a very messy situation in it because of excuses. And you remember when we talked about reason why people give excuses, some is comfort. They just don't want to be inconvenienced, they don't want to be taken out of their comfort zone, so they rather give excuse for not doing what they are supposed to do than for them to face it. So if you have that in a relationship, it can become a problem. Excuse and confidence. And one of the reasons we give for people giving excuse can be because they feel that they are not able to meet up with expectations that is placed over them. They are not able to, and so they kind of dwell. Their self-esteem is affected. Their self-worth is affected. So they lie with excuse. They just put the excuse, the reason why they are not doing what they are doing. So if you dwell on excuse, it can begin to affect your confidence, because you begin to internalize that fact that I am not good enough, I can't do it, the expectation is this high, I can't meet it, and you hold yourself back from achieving what you want. And so excuses can reinforce negative self-talk and limit our belief in ourselves, and that can be a problem. So we look at excuse and accountability. Excuses can absorb one of accountability and responsibility to take actions. We've talked about that when you just feel you want to remain in your comfort zone, you blame the external factors, the reason why you can't go to school. Like the orphan that I talked about, the young boy who is an orphan was orphaned at a very early age when he was 12. He could have stayed back. Like you have lots of people that ended up that way, not ready to go to school because they don't have anybody to pay. So it will just, you're just blaming external factor for the reason why, because he didn't ask to be an orphan at such an early age, but he turned out to be an orphan. So this excuse can just prevent one from owning up, from taking hold of the responsibility of doing what is good for themselves, because they just keep pushing it. It's not my fault that I'm an orphan, it's not my fault I can't go to school now, and you just sit back. So excuse and accountability, the two of them should not marry, or divorcing them, or putting them apart. Okay, excuse and resilience. When excuse is something one is always good at. You always see a reason why you shouldn't do something. It weakens your resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is your inner power to push, that you have an ability to overcome whatever the adversity is. You're ready to push and get over it. If you're one that is big on excuse, you're always building the excuse, you arrange it, you are done it. The reason why you can't do this is this. The reason why I can't go to school is because of the reason why I can't. If you're somebody that is that, your resilience will be weakened, and you have, because you just avoid facing setback, anything that would um that just look like a challenge or a barrier for you, you push it aside, you don't want. And this will affect you from growing. It will affect you from growing, because you just, any little challenge, you're ready to just draw back from it. It's not a good thing. So excuses will perpetuate a circle of defeatism, that at every point in time you just feel defeated, you fall back, you're not ready to push, you're not ready to just push. Just put a little bit of energy or a little bit of effort to overcome the barrier that is against you or challenge, and help you bounce back. Because if there is a barrier or something, you go, even when you fail, you bounce back. Like I usually say, you hold failure loosely. So if you take excuse out from the equation and you face it, it didn't work, you come back, you bounce back in it, you're able to achieve what you want. So by what we've done now, what are the things, the impact of excuses? It can impact your personal growth, achievement. It will hold you back from achieving. It will strain your relationship with people, family members, friends. It will affect your confidence. Your self-worth will be affected when you're always pushing forth excuses. You fail to be accountable. You just cannot be held accountable. Nobody can trust you because you always have a reason why. Ironically, you have people who are like that, and they are known in their team. You say, well, no, don't bother. She will always have a reason why she can't do it. And finally, resilience. And this is the, in life, you need to be resilient. Life today, as we know it, you need resilience to push through things. If not, you'll just be getting the lower end of the pole at every point in time. That's not a good way to live, and it wouldn't help you. So by this, we have explored the impact of excuses on personal growth, your achievement, your relationship, and all. So we'll gain understanding of how this can affect our lives. And also, if we're able to discover the patterns that this break brings to our life, we can break free from them and then get a free grip, like just break grip and unlock the potentials that we have. That is what this YouTube channel is about, for us to have clarity about purpose, be able to enjoy a more fulfilling life, and live a beautiful life. Life is beautiful if we need. So we have to be very intentional about our actions and things we want to do so we can fulfill purpose. All right, that's all I have for you on this YouTube channel. I encourage you to follow me on my other handles, the on IG. It's Overflow Life all over. But on YouTube is the Overflow Life with Dr. Okay. On IG, on Instagram is the Overflow Life. But on Facebook is Okay Ekere. So you can join me, follow me on that, and let's keep the discussion on, even on and offline in it. And also, if you have issues, topical issues, anything you want us to talk about, you can DM. I mean, and if it's something we need to talk about generally, we'll talk about it. If it's something I have to talk about with you one on one, and I've done that with a few of you, we can also do that. Thank you for hanging out with me. And this is the end of this video. Till I come your way again, this is Dr. Okay of the Overflow Life. Bye.